So most of my customers know that they are losing deals. They could probably tell me information like the value of the deals lost, the percentages of the deals lost against the deals that are won. But one thing that they always struggle to tell me is at what point they drop off. So at what point in the pipeline are opportunities going closed won? Because in Salesforce, naturally out of the box, you just see the most recent value. Or you could do something like audit history, and you get all the history. But then again, that's not too easy to pull into a report. So essentially, what this is being able to see in a single view all the opportunities that have been closed lost, but being able to see when they dropped off. So on the left-hand side, you can see I've got a field called the final stage reached. I would advise a better name than this. The name of this field doesn't really give too much, but I can essentially see it like what was the final stage that the opportunity made it to before it was lost. So to do this, essentially all you're going to need is a new field to track the value, a very, very small flow just to update. So every time an opportunity goes close lost, essentially going to populate this field with the previous stage value. And you probably want a report to view it, and that's about as good as it gets. It'll probably take you a solid 5 minutes. So yeah, this is essentially what we're going to do. So this is the report. Again, I've only got 3 opportunities in this environment, but what you're going to want to do first thing, create the field. If you go to opportunity in Object Manager, and then you're essentially just going to want to create a new field. I created a text field. Obviously, there's no validation behind that. You might want to do a pick list field. The only problem with that is obviously if you update the stages on the opportunity, you're going to want to update these stages as well. But either way, you can use a text field or a pick list field. Once you have created that field, I've already got the field, you're going to want to create a flow. So I've already got it here, but I'll very, very quickly show you what you will need to create. If you go to New Flow, so on the left-hand side, just search for flows, and then press New Flow. From here, you're going to want a record triggered flow. So if you go to Triggered Automations, you can then go to Record Triggered Flow, and then just create that. Now, I've already done it, so I'm just going to walk you through the one I've already done. The entry criteria, you're going to want to start it on opportunity when a record is updated. And then you're going to want the conditions of when the stage equals close lost. Now, the most important bit here is that when it says when to run the flow for updated records, with this, you're going to want to set it to the second one. So we're only updating a record when it meets the requirement. So anytime that the record is updated, the update has to contain this criteria. If you don't do that, it's going to update every single close lost opportunity every time they get updated, which we don't want. So once you have your entry criteria, you're literally just going to have one component in this flow. You're going to want to pull in an update records, and then from there, just give it a name. But we're going to want to use the opportunity record that triggered this flow. So we're updating the opportunity that triggered this flow. There's no conditions for this. And essentially what we're going to do is find the field that you created. And then the value, this is important. You can see we've taken the record prior value. So if I get rid of that, as you can see, you've got 2 essentially in Flow. When you're doing a record triggered flow, you've got 2 options. You've got the triggering opportunity. So this is essentially after it's been updated or with the updates. So this would be the close lost opportunity. And then you've got prior value. So the prior value is essentially what it was before you updated it to close lost. So we're going to want to take the prior value, obviously, and then from here we can just select the stage. So essentially, whatever the prior value was before marking it as close lost, that's what we're going to be populating this field with. From there, you can literally just save it and activate it. Obviously, I've already got this activated. But essentially what's going to happen now is every time an opportunity goes to close lost, you are going to start seeing this final stage reached field populated. And obviously with that field, you can then start to know, the amounts. So for example, in this report, I've only got 3 opportunities, but I've got the amount and I've summarized. If I just show you, edit this actually. So for the amount field, I am summarizing. So in summary, I'm summarizing by the sum. So I can see the total of opportunities that are being lost, that are dropping off at each stage. Then I've also got the average. I think the average is probably more important here. But you can see the average value of each opportunity when they drop off at each stage. So for value proposition, you can see the average value of the opportunities is £80,000. So yeah, that was really, really simple. Just to recap, if you want to be able to see at which stage opportunities dropped off before they get marked as closed lost, you will want a new field to capture the value, and you're just going to want a very, very simple flow which updates the opportunity, updates that new field with the previous value of the opportunity whenever you mark it as closed lost. Yeah, that's it. Hope that was useful. Kept it to 6 minutes, but honestly, I think you can create all of this in potentially 5 minutes flat.